girl Tamara Martins, and this is V with T. Welcome to another exciting episode with me. And on today's episode, I have such an exciting and amazing person I'll be interviewing. Her name is Aseema Kazi. I call her my beautiful Samaritan. She's just an awesome person. You need to know her. And on today's episode, if you're a woman, you're out there and you want to do something with your life, if you're married, you're in a partnership and you want to do something with your life, and you want to be financially independent, this is the episode for you. And as usual on VWT, we talk about the real tea, the behind the scenes, what really happens. So join me, let's go talk with Asima. Hello everyone, this is your girl Tamara and this is V with T. Today is a very exciting episode on V with T, and I have the beautiful, the amazing, the extraordinary Aseema Kazi with me on today's episode. It's going to be a beautiful episode, so stay tuned. But let her introduce herself.
Thank you for having me, Tamara. My name is Aseema Kazi, and I like to call myself a serial entrepreneur. I'm a CEO of a multitude of companies. I'm an author, and yeah, that's me. But most importantly, I'm a mom and I'm a wife.
Yeah. And that's what this show is all about. We talk about, you see us looking so beautiful and so as though everything is okay, but there's a behind the scenes. Okay, so a little background story of how I met Asima. I had just finished film school and I was looking for a place to shoot my, my movie that's mine. And I was looking for a very beautiful place and I was not getting any. I had asked so many people from my church, people that I trusted that disappointed me. And then Puneet comes on the scene and I go see Puneet. Puneet takes me around his place and everything. And then he now tells me, oh, I have somewhere you could shoot your movie. Let me get in touch with her. And he did that, and right off the bat, she was like, you're free. And I was like so amazed. So that's why I call her my beautiful Samaritan, because when people that I had expected to help me didn't help me, I don't know her from anywhere. She comes out and she's like, anything you need, Tamara, just come through. And we went to her house with my actors for a rehearsal, and from there we successfully shot our movie. So guys, there are angels out there, and Asima happens to be one of them in human form. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No,
thank you. So that is the backstory. Now, you heard her when she said she's a mom, she's an entrepreneur, she's a business mogul, like a mega business mogul. But there are things, you make it sound so nice. What are the real things there behind the story? What are the things behind there that people need to know that it's not so easy?
You know what, I often call myself a hustler because I believe that every single day is a hustle. So at no point should you ever take anything for granted. And I think what's the most important thing is to keep yourself grounded. And like you see, and I was just telling you now, in my restaurant, if I need to waiter on the floor, I would do it.
Yeah.
If my sculler is not in and I would have to wash the dishes, I would do it. So I don't think you should become complacent at any point in your life. And life is all about the hustle. Life is about hard work and staying focused, keeping your eyes on the prize and never giving up, no matter what the situation is. I mean, in the different businesses that I have, you have different forms of challenges, and it's never easy. Being an entrepreneur is never easy because you write your own paycheck, and it's so easy to have a job because at the end of the day or at the end of the month you're getting paid a salary and that's it. But as an entrepreneur, you are responsible for so many people. You are paying their salaries, so you need to ensure that you work triple hard to make sure that these guys get a salary, they have mouths to feed. So it's not easy. It's not easy. People think that it's all glitz and glam, but it's not that, But also at the same time, I think that's what drives a person.
So it's not so easy, like you said.
You know what? It's not easy. It's not easy. But I think if you're passionate about what you do, it's a driving force. Myself included, like I love what I do. In all the businesses that I have, I'm passionate about it. And that's what keeps me going. The long hours. As an entrepreneur, you work 8 days a week and you work 48 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everyone. There is no 9 to 5. You're constantly working. You're constantly working. You have your laptop open, you have your kids, you have whatever it is. As an entrepreneur, the grind never stops.
Yeah, so talk to us about that. I mean, your husband, your kids, how do you balance all of it?
So I think work-life balance is important, but as an entrepreneur, it's very difficult, but one of the most important things to be able to flourish in for me to flourish is to have a good support system. And I'm blessed in that way. I have an amazing support system, and my husband is my #1 fan. He's an amazing support system. I have a family, I have amazing nannies for my kids. So, you know, if you know that your kids are safe and they're fine, it gives me the ability to just achieve so much more. I know that my kids are okay, they're at home, they're well taken care of. My husband supports me. I don't need to go home. You know, the book that I wrote is called The Secret to Finding Love, and it talks about relationships, and it talks about having healthy relationships, also toxic relationships. And I think it's so important in having the right partner, because if you have the right partner, you are able to achieve so much more. So it's crazy. It's really crazy.
So are you telling us that there are those moments where your husband doesn't feel neglected?
Yeah, and I think communication is really important, and I'm blessed. We're together for 12 years, married for 7 on Sunday, and I think to be able to have a good communication channel between each other and the respect. For example, the restaurant that you're sitting in at the moment, it's new. I mean, it's been around since 2019, but we've moved, so it's 2 months old. And before we even decided to open this, we sat down and we spoke about it, and I said, listen, for the next 6 months, I'm going to be working crazy hours. It's going to take a toll on our relationship, because I'm not going to be spending as much time as I'd like to, and as much time as I'm used to spending. It's going to take a toll on me and the kids. But then you have to have that understanding partner where, you know what, he's absolutely fine with it. My kids come here whenever they can, and you know, when I'm not busy, he pops in and out, but it's not really his scene. But you work around it. You make it work. If you want something to work and you have that strong support structure, you make it happen.
But your husband actually understands, because he himself is a business person.
Yes, yes, he's a business person. He has a multitude of businesses as well. So understanding, compromising is key. If you want to grow, you've got to compromise in a relationship, and it's so important. You know, you have a lot of people where they're strong women, but the relationship aspect doesn't work out. And the reason that doesn't work out is because the partner that they find is either threatened, and I think that's the biggest problem in a relationship with a strong woman, where their partners are very threatened, they're jealous, they don't want to see the woman working long hours, and that's where the problem comes. And if you find the right person, look, it's very difficult. There is no perfect person, but I think if you find someone who shares the same values as you, and that's the basis of any relationship, and respects you for who you are. And often being Muslim, coming from an Indian community, this is very rare. Honestly speaking, it's very rare to be able to have a partner who lets you be. And my husband lets me be. I mean, he lets me grow, he lets me do whatever I want, because at the end of the day, we have that respect for each other. He often says it. He's like, my wife can do whatever she wants, because I know once she walks through that door, she's my wife and she's a mother. And I think that's the most important thing. I can be a strong woman, I can be a hard-ass boss, you can ask my staff that, but when I walk through that door, I'm someone's wife and I'm someone's mother. And I think if you can keep yourself grounded in that way, you can achieve so much.
So talk to the women out there that want to maybe start up something, but they're afraid, or maybe they don't have a supportive partner like you do. You know, how do they maneuver that? How do they work with such?
So, you know, Tamara, something that's very important and something that I encourage all women is to be independent. I touch on a topic in my book, and that's called financial abuse. And people don't really understand the concept of financial abuse. Financial abuse basically means being a housewife and being controlled by your husband. So if you're a housewife, and obviously a housewife is a job on its own, so when your husband is taking care of you, and this is not in all cases, but in most instances, that means he controls you. He controls every aspect of your life, and that becomes financial abuse. So I encourage all women, even if it's something small, just to do something small.
You should be able to buy your own undies, your
sanitary pads, your toiletries. Just to have a bit of financial freedom and financial independence, because that's something no one can take away from you. No one is asking you to start a multi-million rand company. If it means doing something from home because you've got your kids to take care of, it's absolutely fine. I encourage, I have an NGO and we do a lot of women empowerment programs.
Yeah, and it's possible. The way the world is right now, you can work from home. There are a lot of online jobs. There's
I
so
think
many
there's
things to
so
do.
much of flexibility. We're so blessed where we live in a world, and I think coming out of COVID, more so that things are more flexible. You can work from home, you can do so much from home, and you can empower yourself, you know. With my NGO, we do a lot of women empowerment workshops, we do a lot of empowerment programs. We're currently working on skills training. So it's not only, I'm not a believer of just saying, Tamara, there's money, go feed this person. I want to empower you.
Yes.
I want to tell you, Tamara, what is your forte? What do you like doing? Let me give you the skills. Let me pay for that skills, because that skills is going to empower you. You can start off your own little business with that. So that's something that I'm big on, because I believe that women need to be independent, even in a small way. They need to be independent. It's very, very important.
Okay, thank you so much, Asima, for such words of wisdom. I'm sure everyone out there, you've heard what she has said. Like she said, you don't have to have so much money, but you need to be financially independent one way or the other, that you don't always wait hand and foot on your husband to give you money for this, money for that. Have something where in a situation you can just take yourself out once in a while for a drink, or just to take care of, pamper yourself. You know, start today. There are many options out there right now. You can work from home. You can do a little thing, sell a little stuff, a little business, to just take care of yourself. So that is what I learned from today's episode. What did you learn? Let us know in the comment section. Subscribe. Let us know more. Asima is available to answer more of your questions in the comment section. If you drop a question, I could get back to her and she could, you know, educate you more. Thank you so much for joining us. But let's hear last words from her.
Thank you for having me, Tamara. I think in closing, I would like to say that never give up on your dream and chase your dream no matter how big or small it is. And I think also as women, to know your worth, you know, knowing your worth and living a life that's unapologetic, living your life for yourself and not being a people pleaser. That's one of the most important things, and the first step to self-realization, to embark on that journey of self-realization and putting yourself first. Remember, if you put yourself first, you're a better partner, you're a better mother, you're a better friend, sister, you know, everything. It's a domino effect. If you're happy, you can be the best version of yourself. So never give up on your dreams, no matter how big or small. Put yourself first, and be the best version of yourself.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that's all we can take for today. Join us again on another beautiful episode of VWT. Until I come your way again. Bye. Love you.